Charlene, from the entirety of my heart, thank you for taking a chance on me. I appreciate the opportunity to marry you. I think it's safe to say that it was all worthwhile since we're finally getting married. Although you played hard to get, I'm glad that I persisted because you're a woman worth every bit of fighting me. Do you remember when, right before we started dating, you had me wait a few weeks? And during that time, we came up with a list of reasons why we shouldn't date. I was trying so hard to convince you that we totally should date. And I had to walk this fine line of being assertive, but gentle so that you wouldn't be scared of me.
Dear John, I've dreamt of this day since I was a little girl, and if I had to describe how I feel standing before you right now in one word, I can't. It would be surreal. And not surreal like going to a BTS concert surreal, but surreal like standing in front of the love of my life, the man who I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with. Surreal. John, when you came into my life back in senior year of high school, I truly never would have thought we would be here today, reading these letters to each other and getting ready to walk down the aisle.
It wasn't until after I came back from missions trip when you finally told me that you're down to date. And that was the hardest and longest a girl's ever made me wait. So at that moment, I knew you were the one. But even before all that, I had admired everything about you. From the first moment I saw you, you were the cutest girl I ever laid eyes on. It was at that moment when I realized that what my taste in ladies were, because you had set the standard so high. I admired your heart, which had nothing but love and kindness for people. Seeing you light up the room with your positive energy just made me want to always be beside you. And I got to watch you lead in college ministry, and it was obvious how Jesus impacts your daily life. You are a true testament of a genuine and faithful child of God. At that point, I was like, I gotta be with this girl.
When I think of you, I think of a man who is selfless, a man who is loving, a man who is gentle and sweet, and ultimately a man who desires to honor God above all else. John, thank you for showing Christ-like love to me, a love that is sacrificial, a love that is honorable, and a love that is grounded in truth.
Everything goes well, I'm sure I'm going to be nervous. And your name is Eddie. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, turn around. Oh, so cute. To the story we must tell. When I saw you, well, I knew we'd tell it well with the wish.
Dear family and friends, I am Pastor Terrence Shea. Welcome to Hangar 21, and thank you for being here today. Look around. This is such an amazing place to be. After all, when was the last time you attended a wedding in an airport? This is my first time. We are gathered in the presence of God to witness Charlene and Jonathan commit to one another for life in marriage. They love each other and appreciate you because God has loved them first through sending his son Jesus into the world to save them from their sins. As we commemorate the wedding day through ceremony, conversation, and celebration, may we see the love of God through everything and praise his awesome name together.
First off, it has been a joy to shepherd both of you. I've known both of you as you guys come through the college ministry, served with me on my leadership team, and through the years, I've learned that both of you are indeed quite different people. John, you've always been quite reserved, steady. You're capable, and you're quietly ambitious. You take responsibility seriously, and you care for people by serving them with your hands. I've always remember once when my wife's car, it didn't break down, but like something was off, like one of the screws were missing, and you just was just willing to get underneath and just fix it right away. No questions asked. Shar, if you did not know, John loves cars. One of my favorite attributes about you, Shar, is how you can constantly ask me questions. Whatever's on your mind, you're just willing to ask question after question. And it really shows your curiosity, it shows your interest, it shows your heart and your love. You're also just as capable, but you're not as quiet about it. I'm not saying that you're prideful or anything like that, but you're not afraid of celebrating your victories with your friends and family. And you're always willing to celebrate with boba in your hand, and I'm surprised you're not even walking down the aisle with boba in your hand. John, if you didn't know, Char loves boba. It is God's love that has saved you both. It is God's love that has brought you two together here today. It is God's love that will sustain you through your marriage. It is God's love that will deepen and enrich your love for one another. And now, starting today, you get the blessing and joy of sharing and pursuing God's love together as one flesh.
And Charlene says that one of my best qualities is the selfless love that I show her. As much as I like to take credit for all of that, I have to admit that I learned it from you. And more importantly, you are my first discipler who brought me to God, which has literally changed my life in all aspects. Thank you for everything. I love you, Mom.
The way that you serve and love Mama is so admirable. You treat her like royalty. You honor her through your selflessness. You tend to her needs, and you love her more than you love yourself. I know how bittersweet this moment is for you and Mama, but thank you for letting me get the chance to experience this love that you and Mama have. And no matter where I go or where I am, even if I am 100 years old, I'll always be Daddy's little girl and precious princess. I love you.
I, John, take you, Charlene, to be my wedded wife. I commit to love you as Christ loves the church. I will lead you by serving you. I will encourage you to treasure Christ above all else. I will care for you. Humility, kindness, gentleness, and patience. I will honor you by putting your interests above my own. I will protect you with all my strength. I will sacrifice my life for your sake. I will cherish you as a child of God, and by the grace of God, I will be faithful to this covenant as long as we both shall live.
I, Charlene, take you, John, to being my wedded husband. I commit to love you as the church loves Christ. I will trust you by submitting to you. I will encourage you to treasure Christ above all else. I will care for you with humility, kindness, gentleness, and patience. I will serve you by putting your interests above my own. I will sacrifice my life for your sake, and I will cherish you as a child of God, and by the grace of God, I will be faithful to this covenant as long as we both shall live.
Now, before God and these witnesses, according to the vows which you just pledged, I declare John and Charlene are now husband and wife under the ordinance of God and the law of the state. God, having joined these two together in marriage, let no man seek to separate. Oh, it's up here. John, you may kiss your bride. Let's go!
Weight of the world on your shoulders. I guess your waist and ease your mind. I must be favored to know, yeah. I take my hands and praise your life. It's the way that we can ride. It's the way that we can ride. You can match you in another life, so break me up another time. You're up around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, and the night after night I'll be loving you for 7 days a week. You love when I jump right in. All of me, I'm a falling. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. Wind it back, I'll take you slow. Baby, with that as the girl. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. It's the way that we can ride. It's the way that we can ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You're up around me and you give me life, and that's That's why night after night.
So as any Asian sibling would do, I just brush it under the rug and try acting nicer as if nothing happened.
All right, thank you.
I might be running just a little bit behind on that.
Honor Chloe.
Knowledge, incredible woman who has been. Cheers.
All right, thank you again.
We're blessed to have you in our lives. Thank you again for celebrating with us today. Please enjoy the rest of your night tonight, and feel free to come into the dance floor and really just let go. Thank you.
All right, everyone, if you have a grand